Say what? Peter Thomas is allegedly being sued? Maybe. Now, the following news comes from LALATE, or is it LALATE.com. Now, for the record, I don't know how true this information is. It might be bullshit. But I'm going to read it to you, give my little stinking opinion, my little worthless opinion, my peasant opinion. So, LALATE writes, and I quote, Real Housewives of Atlanta 8 will feature Peter Thomas and Cynthia Bailey battling cheating allegations. And while Peter Thomas and Cynthia Bailey battled false reports today, erroneously claiming that they have separated, LALATE can exclusively report that Real Housewives of Atlanta is about to get even more heated. Yes. Peter Thomas is about to head to trial as Real Housewives of Atlanta filming continues for the franchise's 8th season. While it remains unclear if the Peter's New Troubles will be filmed, LALATE can exclusively report that unbeknownst, excuse me if I, pronounce that incorrectly because I am ignorant as hell, unbeknownst to Real Housewives of Atlanta fans, Peter Thomas and Bar One LLC have been sued in Fulton County Court, and that Peter's trial starts this month on October 13th of 2015. Real Housewives of Atlanta filming in general will continue until roughly December 2015. Motion Picture Music Incorporated suing Peter Thomas personally and Bar One LLC in Fulton County Superior Court, LALATE has exclusively learned tonight. The trial is now set for October 13th of 2015. Cynthia Bailey is not a party, but the witness list was exchanged between the parties on August 3rd. And is anyone else from Real Housewives of Atlanta on the witness list? Peter and Bar One are being sued by breach of contract. Since Fulton does not have e-filings, LALATE was unable to pull the complaint tonight. Previously, LALATE exclusively reported that Bar One LLC debtor filed on March 1st of 2013 for Chapter 11 voluntary bankruptcy. Among the creditors were Peter, BMI, and Home Depot. It remains unclear what happened to the Georgia bankruptcy case 113 BK B4431 since LALATE's last update on July 2014, but Peter was served in the current suit in November of 2014. And will cameras be rolling when the case heads to court October 13th? End quote. Here's the deal. Whew, this is so unfortunate. They went from talking about how Peter was skipping out on Cynthia Bailey. Of course, those were huge headlines like the story mentioned. And then now you turn around and we hear this BS about him owing some people some money, allegedly. And shout out to LALATE for getting this exclusive information. Remember, it doesn't come from me. It comes from LALATE.com. So shout out to them, even though they mentioned more than once that it's exclusive information to them. But it's LALATE News, LALATE News, news.lalate.com. But anyways, what I think is interesting is that he's being sued personally. I see Bar One LLC, which is a limited liability company, is being sued. And you got to think about it like this. The whole point of having an LLC is so that you don't get sued personally when situations like this happen. So I'm not perfectly sure of how he ends up being sued for whatever happened, because I thought that the whole point of having the corporation was to protect your assets. What I do know is this. They said that Bar One LLC, which is the debtor, filed on March 1st of 2013 for Chapter 11 voluntary bankruptcy. Now, filing for bankruptcy doesn't necessarily mean that you're actually bankrupt. It doesn't mean you're actually broke, which a lot of people don't understand. That people protect their assets by filing for bankruptcy to make sure that they don't literally go bankrupt or belly up. Like 50 Cent, for example. 50 Cent saw that, people were suing him and whatnot, and he just didn't want to have it. So he said, well, I'm just going to go ahead and file for bankruptcy, and that will protect me. And it does help at times. Now, that doesn't mean that the courts will just let you get away with whatever you want and you won't have to pay up You know, if you screw people over, if you do certain things, try to ruin people's lives, like releasing sex tapes, you know, behind people's backs or whatever you allegedly did, you know, you'll still have to pay up more than likely. But at the same token, it can help to protect you. So, yeah. But anyways, Peter's not broke, guys. Cynthia Bailey has her own eyewear company, as they're wearing in the photo, right? Fly sunglasses, right? But she also has like this other accessory line where she has these crazy backpacks. She has this one backpack, for example, that's made from like black crocodile leather. It's insane. It's sick. I'm going to have to blog about that, because when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I have to get that backpack, and it's unisex. But anyway, the point is that you're not broke if you're starting all these businesses. So don't go thinking that these people don't have any shmoney. They're doing good. They're on TV. They have multiple businesses. Don't believe the hype. Just because somebody files for bankruptcy or they're being sued this and the third doesn't mean that they have nothing. They're doing good. So shout out to Cynthia. Shout out to Peter. You know, they're a lovely couple. She's a gorgeous supermodel. He's a dynamic personality and one of the greatest people to ever step in front of the Real Housewives of Atlanta cameras, because I didn't really start watching the show until season 6, I think it was. Season 6. He really stands out. He's kind of like a love him or hate him type of person. And a lot of people hate on Peter. But his personality is abrasive and he's very aggressive at times. He's very bold, but he makes some good TV. And he says real shit. He seems like a really honest person. Somebody who's very straightforward and blunt. And that makes good TV. I thought those were the reasons why you guys like Nene Leakes. Because she's upfront. And oh, that's right, Nene Leakes, you know, acts like a buffoon on TV sometime. No offense to Nene. And Peter doesn't play. So I guess that's the difference. I guess if he wore those spaghetti and mushroom wigs and, you know, made stupid looking faces, then maybe you'll like him more, you know. I just hate the fact that so many people just hate on Peter, and I think he seems like a pretty cool guy. But anyways, this is all my opinion. Shout out to LALATE News for the information. Shout out to Peter. Shout out to Cynthia. You know, I'm glad to see you guys doing big things. He also has a singing group called Volume 4. So here he is. I think he's managing them. Anyway, the point is that they have all these different business ventures and things that they're doing. So they're not broke, guys. So please stop saying that on social media. If I read it one more time. Anyways, this is all my opinion. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. And you can visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. The link to this actual story is on my blog. If you click the link below, it'll be right there. Let me know what you think about it below. Meat Magazine.